A while ago, I did go around asking Jam players what they wanted from Guilty Gear Strive Jam. Mind you, I don't play Jam in Plus R or Xrd, so I needed some outside inputs, and these are the main points that I got. Part of what makes Jam really good is that she has incredible normals. I mean, she has top of the line normals in pretty much Plus R and Xrd. No one can contest her normals besides maybe Chip. And strangely enough, both of them are very fast, get-in-your-face type characters. Obviously, another thing that makes Jam Jam is her level up mechanic, where you level up her 3 kick special moves. And another major part of Jam is obviously she has different stances. Think of like Dandy Step for Slayer. And someone did say her undergarments. They use a different word, but I've decided to change it to undergarments. So to get going, I'm going to go ahead and go through every one of her special moves, how I think they will change, and how I think they will stay the same. A majority of this moveset is going to be based on Xrd, just because that's the game I've played the most. It's what I know the best, but there is some Plus R references here. So to begin with, if you don't know, Jam's 5P is Satan's favorite button. This thing is so quick. It's not even that stubby. Jam is a very small character, so in these slides she looks bigger than she actually is. But it is a very good 5P. It leads into a few different special moves. She could get a hard knockdown, basically. I think they'll keep it as a very fast 5-framer or maybe 4-framer. In Xrd, I believe it's 3 frames, but I could see them making it 4 or 5. I know they removed all 3 frames from the game. Keep it consistent, but another button Lucifer himself came up with is her 5K. Imagine Kai Kisuke's 5K, but it was faster and, you know, it was just better. It's a low. She kicks your fucking shins and says, die. I think they'll keep this. Again, I just don't see a world where she doesn't have her low 5K. But I think they will make it a little more fair. They're going to make it, I imagine, 7 frames, maybe 6 frames, just to make it a little more in line with Kai's 5K. But I do think it will still be a very oppressive normal. Jam's close slash, I don't see them changing it. It is like a weird, like she turns around and hits you with her back. Size-wise, speed-wise, I think it does its job. Jam's far slash, yeah, it's -2. So I don't imagine they'll keep her far slash -2. But again, I think like range-wise and speed-wise, it's fine. Jam's 5H, I think they'll copy the 5H from Xrd, not Plus R. And this time, I think they'll make it hit low. If you don't know Xrd Jam, she does like this little spin. If you're watching the VOD, I'll put up a video of it. But she does this little spin where she hits you mid, then she goes down, and her like pose that I have on screen, she hits this. And this has a hitbox, but this is also a mid. It's not a low. So I imagine, call me crazy, but they'll make this a low. They'll copy the move and make it a low just to kill you, because God knows why not. Jam 6P. Jam has never really had good 6Ps, and I imagine that won't change now. I don't think she'll have a good 6P. I imagine it'll be something along the lines of Dizzy's 6P. Keep it stubby, keep it not very good at actually anti-airing, which is fine. I mean, she needs a weakness, and I think giving her a bad 6P is a decent weakness, just so she can't contest jump-ins. Her 6K is a command move she usually always has. This move kinda sucks. In my experience, it could be decent pressure tool, because you could like jump cancel it, but at the same time, there's so many other better moves you could be using on Jam for pressure. I think if they keep it, which I imagine they will, it'll move her forward slightly, which will allow her to cover, and I think that will be the main tool of it, and it will exist for no other reason but to be a cover button. 6H, they will not be carrying over her Plus R 6H or her Xrd 6H, but I imagine it will be something as stupid as these 2 buttons. These buttons are infuriating to fight against. If you ever played Plus R against Jam, or you ever played against Xrd Jam, you know how downright annoying these buttons are. They are very impressive. In Exit, she kicks her foot forward and it will extend her grab. So she's able to grab you from further away than you are able to grab her. In plus R, it's completely different. She does like this little energy wave on the ground. It's a massive disjoint that hits way higher than you think it does, just based on the animation. It's like a great pressure tool. It's a fantastic pressure tool. So I don't think they'll carry over either of these, but I imagine it will be replaced by something equally as fucked up and evil. For 2P, I imagine it's gonna just be like Lucy's 2P. I don't have much else to say about it. But again, her 2K also, it's gonna be nothing really notable. I don't think it was ever notable in, the previous 2 games. Her 2S in both games are very good. They reach very far, they're a little bit disjointed, and they're just good, they're good buttons. So I don't think they will change that. They will keep her normals fairly good. Jam's 2H is a little harder to explain. It is very unique. You can use it in a lot of different pressure strings, but also it's a very good combo filler. Basically what she does is that she twists her hands around and then she does 2 punches. Or she might, sorry, I think it's opposite. I think she does 2 punches forwards and then twirls her hands around. While she's twirling her hands, she does have a hitbox on her hands. There's a lot of cancel options from this. It's just a very interesting tool that I think they should bring over Strive. Mostly because I don't think any other character in Guilty Gear Strive has anything remotely like this. And obviously her 2D, like I said, it's just a 2D. Don't have much to say. It's not going to be a major disjoint or anything special. For her air normals, I didn't really know what to say about them. I don't think they will be remarkable or really changed all that much. I guess like if I had to say something, I would say maybe her JK, I believe, the one in the middle there, will be a fairly good anti-air, or they could make her back foot have a hitbox as well, so it's a good cross-up tool, but I don't know if they want to give her that. That might be a little bit too much. But hey, what do I know? I'm not a Jam player. On to the main course most people want to talk about is special moves. The most important part about this is her level ups, and I've changed the way how they work. I think in previous games you would level up each of her special moves separately. I think they will unify them, that you will have tokens, and every time you use one of those special moves, you will spend one of the tokens to enhance that special move in some way. So no longer can you level them up 3 times, so there's no more level 3s, much like Johnny, what they did with Johnny, and no longer do you have to upgrade that specific special move. Now all special moves are upgraded, but every time you use a special move, it spends a token, so you have to re-earn that token. Obviously the way you get tokens is the same way as previous games, where just 22K will get you 1 token, 22S will give you 2 tokens, and 22H will get you 3 tokens. And obviously you can only hold 3 tokens at once. And a unique mechanic that every enhanced special move will have is that you will be able to cancel it from any other special move. So let's say you do 236K, you will then be able to cancel 214K from 236K. Based on how Strive usually does things, this is probably my best guess. But keep that in mind for these other special moves, because I kind of balanced them around this idea of being able to cancel them into kick moves. But speaking of, here we have her 3 iconic kick special moves. I think her 214K, it will be an overhead that will low crush. It will be a fairly slow startup, and I imagine like when you use an enhanced version, it'll hard knockdown. 236K, her kick, it'll be the same as Exit. When it's enhanced, it'll simply be invulnerable. After a little while, I think it's 4 frames, you can interrupt it at the very start, but no one really cares. And then her 623K, it will be an actual DP. It will be whatever it was in Exit. Like technically it's a DP in Exit, but not really. It doesn't have a hitbox on the very end part of it, like the below part, so you can like Faust crawl under it. Anything to manipulate your hurt box to be below it, it wouldn't hit. You would fully invul doing it. When it's enhanced, I imagine it will have more hits with it, so you're able to cancel it into like 236K a lot easier if you have 2 tokens. Next up, we have her 236S and her 214S. Quarter circle forward, quarter circle back. I think with 236S, you'll dodge forward. It'll be like Abba's slide, but a little faster. Or if you do quarter circle back S, you will enter a stance, and if you hit her during the stance, you will activate guard point. Obviously, you can just run up and throw her. But this is kind of my replacement for her parry. It is still technically a parry. What will you be able to do out of these 2 moves? Well, first off, we have either quarter circle back, quarter circle forward punch, but basically I think it will be a quick and hard punch that will lead to combos if you land it, but it will be extremely unsafe if they block it. Quarter circle forward, quarter circle back into kick will be her classic low. She has this in every game. If she lands it, it will launch you a little. Again, this will allow her to cancel it into one of those enhanced special moves, but again, it will be extremely unsafe on block. Finally, we have the last 2 follow-ups from this. I couldn't not include the orbs. I mean, this is another Jam classic. It's a big orb that's safe on block, or you get a big orb that side swaps, and I think maybe this time it won't be plus on block. Maybe it'll be even or negative. I'm hoping it's negative. I imagine they'll bring it back. And obviously you can just throw her when she's side swapping you. And finally, for her last special moves, a plus R classic. It's a flip. Quarter circle forward flip. Quarter circle punch, I mean, will be just a flip. It could be AOK, so you're able to flip in the air or on the ground. I think this would be a more utility move where you're doing combos if you need to reposition yourself before you cancel into another enhanced special move. You can quickly reposition yourself with the flip. I only made it a flip forward. They could make it a flip back, but I think that would be too good of a defense move, and I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. And finally, to wrap this all up, we have Jam's Overdrives. So for her H button overdrive, I imagine it will be her big orb. She will put up the big orb. You'll probably use this on wall to wall break. And I'm going to give it a new feature, not in a previous game. I think if you land this, you will get 3 tokens. And why do you want 3 tokens? Obviously the combos, so you can use the enhanced special moves, or because of her next overdrive, which is her slash overdrive. Guilty Gear Strive, if you've looked at a lot of the previous characters, they love having a big super, like something that you build up and then you like let go, and it's like this massive cinematic super, but it requires a lot of resources, a lot of investment, or it's just super hard to land. Think of Utica, think of Slayer, think of Dizzy, think of Lucy. I don't think Venom has one. Venom does not have one. Everyone else recently has had a big super. And I think Jam will also have one. It will be slightly different. Instead of requiring 100 tension, it will require all 3 tokens. And the more tokens you have, the more like parts of this super are unlocked. So if you have like 1 token, it does like 1 extra little animation. If you have no tokens, it's like a wimpy, no good super. If you have 2 tokens, again, it unlocks an extra part. But if you have 3 tokens, it does this whole big animation with a flashy ending, and it does a ton of damage. But I think it will only really be worth using if you have 3 tokens, and obviously it will spend those 3 tokens. The idea is that maybe you get them to half HP, and then you use this super, spend everything, and that closes out the round. But I think that's really all I have on Jam. She's a fairly straightforward character. She's not very complex, is what I'm trying to say. Like a very straightforward character. And at some point, I'm not going to say next week because I suck at keeping the schedules, I'm going to cover robo-ky.